All right, now we turn to one of the worst parts of the left's COVID-19 hysteria, the hypocrisy. You know, while many Democratic governors and mayors and school boards forcing your kids to wear a mask all day long in school, well, the same rules don't seem to apply to elected politicians. There's Gavin Newsom yet again at the football game yesterday, surrounded by thousands of fans. There he is with Magic Johnson, no mask, and despite his own universal mask mandate. Oh, and there's the mayor of Los Angeles, no mask. Yeah, they have a mask mandate there, too. Here are all the other many celebrities totally ignoring the mask mandates. Keep in mind, school kids in California are the least likely to become seriously ill from COVID, and yet they're the ones being forced to wear the masks, not the politicians that put the policies in place. Here with more, the author of the upcoming book, Here's the Deal, Kellyanne Conway, along with the co-host of Outnumbered, Kayleigh McEnany. All right, you're both moms here, so I want to look at it from a mother's perspective. You see these phony hypocrites, Kayleigh. And by the way, congratulations, Kellyanne, on the book. We'll talk about that.
Thank you.
And I'm like, and then we put our kids in school all day. They have to wear this thing.
Yeah, that's it. I've seen kids on planes. We've all seen the videos of kids being forced off of planes, their parents as well, because of these onerous mask mandates. 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, Sean. I have a 2-year-old. I can tell you 2-year-olds will not wear masks. But all you have to do if you want an exemption from the mask mandate is go to a swanky football game like Gavin Newsom did, go to a swanky D.C. book party like Anthony Fauci did, where he didn't wear his mask. He was pictured not wearing his mask. He was asked, why aren't you wearing your mask? And he said, oh, well, I put it up if I didn't know someone. That's called a sham excuse. We have sacrificed America's children on the altar of COVID-19. It is a shame while the elites, the swampy elites, have gone out and partied, gone to football games, gone to restaurants, and time after time, Sean, we've seen the hypocrisy. We've exposed it here on this show.
By the way, Kellyanne, the real reason Kayleigh and I wanted you on the show tonight to see if we made the cut, and here's the deal, are we in the book at all?
Until you buy it, I'll never tell. It's pre-sale now.
I got to buy it to find out. Thanks a lot.
You got to read it. And I hope there's no index in it, because people in Washington, New York love to look for their name first. They think that's the most important part of somebody's book. But
okay, that's the least important part. Trust me.
Fun book.
All right.
There it is.
But speaking as a mom, as a parent, I mean,
yes.
But my daughter's dealing with this crap in school herself.
That's the most aggravating thing. Sean, the toughest thing about this entire COVID debate as it rages on is really what we're doing to the children. I have 4 school-age children, middle school and high school, and every day we wake up wondering if we're going to get an email, there is school, there isn't school, stay home, don't stay home, you're a close contact, wear a mask, get vaccinated, do one or the other, do both. And then they turn on the TV and they see hypocrisy. And it's not, Gavin Newsom and Magic Johnson yesterday, I think it's funny because Gavin Newsom doesn't really understand that you're supposed to take the mask off if you're drinking, not lie about why you're not wearing a mask because you have been drinking. He mistakes that mandate completely. And it wasn't just him at the French Laundry back in 2020 that caused that very righteous uproar about him locking down the whole state of California and going out and having a nice meal at a 5-star restaurant with people not in his household. But what about, let's review. Does everybody remember the mayor of Denver, the Democrat, who literally recorded a saying to constituents in Denver saying, please shelter in place, don't have Thanksgiving with your loved ones, and then flew to Mississippi to join his wife and daughter for Thanksgiving. Rules for thee, not for me. Then my favorite, of course, was the mayor of Austin, who recorded a video telling people not to go out or not to stay home, and he did it from Cabo San Lucas, where he had flown the night before. So this is Democratic hypocrisy. I think people understand it. The poll you quoted a while ago, Sean, before you had those wonderful truckers on, 70%, according to the Monmouth poll today, say that we probably just have to get used to living with COVID and get on with our lives. They are willing to get used to COVID. They're not willing to get used to Joe Biden and the way his team handles COVID. His numbers are still upside down. Scathing knives-out piece on his HHS secretary today for, quote, not having health experience and not having much of a role, even though we're in a global pandemic. So people know this. They see that, and I think it's all reflected in the numbers.
Well,
our kids, the mental health effects, the isolation, everything we're doing to them, that part bothers me the most.
And the fact that, Kayleigh, I'll give you the last word. We got about 30 seconds. Joe Biden runs out of tests, after Christmas he runs out of monoclonal antibodies. We can't get the antivirals. That they didn't have Operation Warp Speed for anything. They learned nothing from Donald Trump.
Yeah, we in the Trump administration left Joe Biden the most advanced, most sophisticated testing system in the modern world. In Western Europe, we were out testing all of Western Europe combined. He destroyed it, and he was offered a plan, as Vanity Fair said, to create 732 million COVID tests. He rejected it. This guy's an utter and complete failure. It's why he has a 39% approval rating on COVID, and his marks are far lower on other issues.
33% overall. Keep going, Joey. You're doing great. All right. We look forward to Kellyanne's book. Kayleigh had a great best-selling book herself. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.